Hey guys, today is February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I have some amazing connections to show you guys for the 16th, February 16th. I actually been looking at this date for over a year. Yeah, that's right, over a year. I started looking at it when I was connecting it to the movie Pi. And I was looking at the movie Pi because I noticed that the next name after Omicron on the Greek alphabet is called Pi, and we had the Omicron variant at that time. And I made videos talking about could this be the next Pi variant coming, right? And this is also one of those possibilities. February 16th, it could be another COVID variant or something else related to a virus. Whether it is or not, it doesn't matter. I have amazing connections, and it means something, right? We'll have to see what happens, whether something happens or not. But I have some crazy connections, including connections with the Trump family that are also mind-boggling. But anyways, let's get into it. So last month we had two notable plane crashes. After that, actually, we had a lot of plane crashes, but I want to focus on these two because it connects with the Philadelphia Eagles number 666. So we had the plane crash on January 31st. It was a medical flight that crashed in Philadelphia. It departed at 6:06 p.m. with 6 people on board. Even Fox News said 6 cars on fire, 6 houses on fire, and 6 people on the ground had to be taken to the hospital. That's what they said. And 2 days prior to that, we had an American Eagle flight colliding with a helicopter. Crash in Philadelphia, American Eagle. Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. But when this happened, they were sitting on 666 wins. And so we had this 666 connection with the crash in Philadelphia. The ritual goes back farther because the day that Trump was inaugurated, it was exactly 666 months after the moon landing. And when they landed on the moon, they said, the eagle has landed. So I'm tying in the number 666 to 216 because that is 6 times 6 times 6, right? Equals 216. So then you had the Super Bowl with big connections from that plane crash the day the music died, 66 years and 6 days. And that song, American Pie, was all about that plane crash. And Trump was at the Super Bowl. And from that plane crash to the election of Trump, the election date, it was exactly 3,014 weeks. Even the day that they announced him as president on the next day, he was declared and he made his victory speech on 11/9. That was 3,014 weeks in one day. That's still the number of pi because 3.141 are the first 4 digits of pi, right? And he was announced as the 45th president, as I said, on November 9th, the 314th day of the year. Then, that day, November 9th, to the Super Bowl was exactly 3,014 days. So really crazy pi connections connecting this plane crash, Trump, and the Super Bowl. And now Donald Trump is the 47th president. And what is 216 besides being 6 times 6 times 6? It is the 47th day of the year. It's also a day that the World Health Organization was founded, 4/7/1948. So similar to the caduceus, this is called the rod of Asclepius. I'm not even sure if that's actually how you say it. That's probably all wrong. The rod of A, we'll just say. But this plane that crashed had the same symbol, the medical flight, right? The medical flight that departed at 6:06 p.m. with 6 people on board, the same symbol as the World Health Organization. So, and now 4-7, the 47th day of the year, is 6 times 6 times 6, 216. And by the way, that medical flight that crashed in Philadelphia is the same city where the song American Pie first debuted on 3/14/1971. And look what we have from the day American Pie debuted to 216. It's 16,699 days, which is the 2,230th prime. You drop the 0, you have 223, the number of skull and bones backwards. Now I want to talk about the movie Pi. So Max, his name is Max Cohen, the main character, tries to program his computer named Euclid to make stock predictions. Euclid malfunctions, printing out a seemingly random 216-digit number, as well as a single stock pit at 1/10 its current value, then crashes. When Max mentions the number, Sol becomes unnerved and asks if it contains 216 digits. Sol is his friend. Anyways, revealing that he came across the same number years ago, he urges Max to take a break from his work. And so another excerpt from Wikipedia, you see they're talking about the 216-digit number again. And they talk about it again. They asked Max to give them the 216-digit number, believing it was meant for them to bring about the Messianic age, as the number represents the unspeakable name of God. Max refuses, insisting the number has been revealed to him alone. So they do this heavy focus on the 216-digit number. And I'm trying to connect this movie Pi to 216. And now look at this. The release date of the movie, July 10th to 216, is 31 weeks and 4 days. Now if you look further, the release date, the full release date, July 10th, 1998 to 2/16/2025, is exactly 314 months, 159 days. What is that? That is the first 6 digits of pi. So this very may well be talking about this date connecting to the movie. Searching for a 216-digit number, right? And even in 2 ways, the movie connects to 314. And this one connects to 314159, 6 digits. So as I talked about before, if there is a virus related to this movie, whether it's called Pi or not, it could be affecting the brain. Because in the movie, they show a brain on the subway floor. I think he's actually hallucinating. And he drills a hole in his head. And right here, you have the lightning splitting the brain. Where else do we see lightning in iPet Goat 2? By the way, yeah, these 2 images are from iPet Goat 2. Right here, Psalm 23. And look at this. We're coming up to, not only are we in the 23rd year, but we're coming up to the 23rd week on February 18th to the 19th. Just 2 days after the 16th. And Psalm 23 was what George Bush read on 9/11. As I said, if you look at the Greek alphabet, the next letter would be called pi. And if it was called pi variant, the 47th day of the year, just like 4/7, the World Health Organization was founded. Guess what? Pi variant equals 47 in reduction. Pi equals 16 in reduction, and it's also the 16th letter in the Greek alphabet. And we are in the 16th. So double connection. Not only does it equal 16, it equals 25 in the year 2025. Now, who is one of the main spokesmen when you hear about the V word, VACs, or viruses, right? Starting with Microsoft trying to fix viruses on computers and but now he's talking about real live viruses. Bill Gates, of course. And he was hit in the face with a pie in 1998, the same year that the movie Pi was released, right? So it premiered on 1/19, 9/11 backwards, and its official release, the date that I talked about, July 10th. So he got hit in the face with a pie 16 days after the premiere of the movie Pi. Pi equals 16, right? Pi equals 16. It's the 16th letter, as I said. And 156 days before the official release of the movie Pi. And 911 is the 156th prime. But it gets a lot more interesting. Well, if you look at in gematria, just typing out the words 314, a number of pi, it equals 69. Bill Gates, in his current 69th year of his age, but he will also be 69 years, 111 days to February 16th, 216. So you have the 69 and the 911 also connecting his age to this date. So the word virus and reduction equals 26. The day the World Health Organization was founded to the day that Bill Gates was hit in the face with a pie is 2,600 weeks. You drop the 0, you have 26. And so February 16th is also 26 days prior to the coming total lunar eclipse on Pi Day, 314. As I said, pi is the 16th letter. Pi equals 16 in reduction. 26, besides equaling virus, it also connects to the number 16 because it is the 16th composite number. So if you're not aware of what a composite number, it's the opposite of a prime, Anything that's not a prime, it's a composite number. And its divisors are 2 times 13. It's the first prime and the 6th prime. So another 16 connection with the number 26. So the most recent total solar eclipse over the United States on April 8th, 2024 to 216, that's exactly 314 days apart. And this connects to Bill Gates, this eclipse. He was born exactly 25,000 days prior to this eclipse. The word pi equals 25, and he connects to this eclipse. And the day he was hit in the face with a pie to this eclipse is also in the 314th month. So with the end date included, it will also be 248 days after Trump's birthday. 314 is the 248th composite. So this number connects to the pi number 314. It goes even further with the Trump family because the 2 eldest brothers, Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., are 314 weeks apart, end date included. Now look at this. On 2/16, Donald Trump Jr. will be 47 years, 47 days old, just like Donald Trump is the 47th president, and Eric Trump will be 41 years, 41 days old. You add this up, it equals 88 years and 88 days. 88, the number associated with the word Trump. Just like Donald Trump was shot on July 13th by someone who had a birth date equaling the 8,888th prime number, 9/20/03. It even goes further with Melania Trump. Another double connection. 2020, 20,020 days old. Now look at this. Donald Trump was born on Flag Day. And we have another matching connection with the day the flag was adopted in 1777. Exactly 247 years, 247 days from 216. Like I told you, there's some crazy connections. I don't exactly know what all these connections mean. But, Donald Trump Jr., 47 days old. Eric Trump, 41 years, 41 days old. Melania, 20 days old. Donald Trump, born in Flag Day. The flag adopted 247 years, 247 days old. I mean, come on, guys, this is crazy. And now look at July 4th, 1776. 248 years, 227 days to February 16th. As I said, 314 is the 248th composite number. So, the 248th year. 227, 227 days. 22 divided by 7 equals 314, and even if you actually divide it by 7, it equals 3.14. And it's often associated with the number of pi. Even in the movie Life of Pi, the boy was in the ocean for 227 days. Speaking of Life of Pi, there was actually a monkey in the boat with them, right? They declared the monkeypox outbreak on July 30th, 227 days prior to this upcoming pi eclipse, 201 days prior to 216. So that was when the outbreak was declared in Congo. But 227 days remaining in the year, the World Health Organization declared it a public health emergency. So you have this 201 connection connecting to the outbreak. Remember Event 201? So that was on 10/18/2019 to 2/16/2025. It was 1,948 days. That was the year the World Health Organization was founded. Besides the Trump family, look at the royal family, Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth, the 322 connection with their deaths. So 1,409 weeks after Prince Philip died, which is the 223rd prime. And also, this day, 216, will be exactly 2 years, 23 weeks after Queen Elizabeth died. Now, the most recent American president that died, was Jimmy Carter on December 29th. And from the time that he died, the 216 is 49 days. Well, 227, as I said, relates to pi. It's the 49th prime. And it's also 227 days before his birthday, from 216. So the president that died before that was George Bush. It will be 2,270 days since he died. So you dropped a 0, you're left with another 227. Even the date 216 is the reverse of George Bush's birthday, H.W. Bush. 6/12 he was born. So we're looking at the date 216. It's the reverse of his birth. Princess Diana, going back to royalty, it will be 1,433 weeks after her death. Well, that's the 227th prime. So the amount of connections are pretty astounding, I'd say. So as I said, you have the 47th president right now. Pi variant equals 47. And going back to royalty, King Charles, he was born leaving 47 days in the year. And look at this. The World Health Organization founded the same year King Charles was born. He was born exactly 31 weeks, 4 days, the number of pi after the World Health Organization was founded. Even Trump reversing the dates. So it's a method, if you haven't seen my videos before, it's a method I use because I continually see connections. Reversing the dates, I just put it reverse in parentheses. So it'd just be like taking the 47, putting it over here in the 614 over here. When you do that, Trump was born 2 years, 2 months, and 7 days apart from the World Health Organization being founded. So you have both the U.S. president and both King Charles connecting with the number 47. They're both connecting to the number 314227, connecting with the pi number to the World Health Organization being founded. And I want to do one more slide. And that's the day that South Korean President sang American Pie at a dinner with Biden at the White House. Even Biden's birthday to 2/16, it's 2 months and 27 days apart. So that's the number of pi, 227, or it's 88 days. But by the way, it's interesting that 220, a day leaving 314 days remaining in the year, it also connects to the number 47. Will be 666 days after he sang American Pie at the White House. So we will see what happens between, obviously, February 16th and 220. See if any news about anything related to what I said. Regardless, the connections that I found, I think, were pretty astounding. The amount of them, the amount of connections that I had. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.